do want to apologize. This will be a very much shorter video, but I do still hope that you enjoy. I will be coming out with a maybe longer uh, summation of a video on being Black and mentally ill, bigger than this one, but also just being mentally ill in general. And I hope you enjoy. So, to be Black and mentally ill is something not too many people have any insight to, but something I would like to open up discussion into. There are many historical and cultural factors that lead to disparities within the Black community, as only 25% of Black people seek mental health when needed compared to 40% of white people. DeconstructingStigma.org. As stated in the same article, the roots of mental health stigma in the Black community can be traced all the way back to slavery, where it was often thought enslaved people were not sophisticated enough to develop depression, anxiety, or any other mental health conditions. The Black community suffers from an increased rate of mental health concerns, including anxiety and depression. Columbia University Department of Psychiatry. This is often to the lack of access to good and appropriate, as well as culturally responsive mental health care, prejudice and racism in the daily environment of Black individuals, as well as the trauma of medical racism of historical proportions. 20% of the adults in the Black community are more likely to experience mental illnesses such as major depressive disorder or generalized anxiety disorder. Compared to white emerging adults, Black emerging adults ages 18 to 25 experience higher rates of mental health problems and lower rates of mental health services utilization, and in comparison also to older Black adults as well. Another thing Black in treatment is the phenomenon of religiosity that permeates many African American communities. As stated by Professor Ruth White, in a study by the Pew Research Center, it reveals that African Americans are the most religious of any racial or ethnic group in the United States, with 87% reporting a formal religious affiliation. Because of that, many in the community turn to prayer and the idea of faith over formal medical treatment. In my personal experience, the societal ignoring of Black people with mental health issues has been impenetrable. There are not often many portrayals of Black people that humanize us. A lot of the time, we are depicted as those who perpetuate, the violence instead of being the victims. It is a very isolating and stigmatizing experience. I have had many experiences with being stigmatized in the Black community, as I have been told I do not believe hard enough, that I am getting in the way of my prayers by having the anxiety that I have, or that I am not praying hard enough. The double stigma between white society ignoring and all the same criminalizing us, as well as the Black community thrusting religion upon us as though it heals everything, though sometimes it can be helpful. Mental illness in Black people needs to be normalized, period, and not as a white person's illness. In normalizing, we can have a better resources and understanding for Black people in the mental health community and the Black community.